What's good? What's good? How y'all doing? How y'all living? It's your boy, the Black Jay, back with another chapter review. We got chapter 1121. Finally, I know I'm taking forever. I've been on vacation from work. I literally go back to work today. I'm doing a lot of stuff around the house, things with the kids. I got another kid on the way, so I've been helping out since I had the time, essentially. I know I've been shirking off my streaming and my video duties, but I'm back. It's time to get this shit active. We got chapter review today, and I believe a chapter drops tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then sometime later on today. Yeah, not tomorrow, then sometime later on today. But this is the cover for Shonen Jump. We had One Piece as the cover. I think we'll cover again this week. I saw on Twitter. Crazy cover and photo, bro. Gas as usual, because you know Oda stay cooking. You got all the straw hats. You got Luffy right here. You got Usopp up top. Zoro slicing the watermelon. You got Brook jamming. Frankie chilling on the duck. You got Chopper and Robin hanging out near some candy. Near some ice cream. You got Nami as the main centerpiece of it all. Smooth, clean, crazy. I think there's another time lapse of how he created it too. Let's get into this. Whew. Sorry about that. And as usual, I'm gonna be running something simple like this in the background because it doesn't really matter what I do. So the chapter starts off on Egghead. You got Luffy yelling out, "Watch out for those claws." You got someone saying, "We can't let them get away. Fire." I'm guessing that's one of the Marines. Narrator saying the clash comes to a head. They're poisonous. Don't touch them, is what Luffy's saying about them claws, I'm guessing. He's trying to warn everybody that hasn't fought him yet. Someone goes on to say, "Whoa, yeah, nothing good can come from touching that." So you got all the giants using their shields. The giants are strong as shit. I don't want that to be like underestimated at all. The giants are very strong as like reggy-deggy people essentially of their race, and they're blocking his attacks with shields. You know what I'm saying? And their shields don't look like they're made of metal. It's probably made of wood from that the great tree though, is what I would guess. But yo, now what an intense attack! He hits him with that stare. Luffy yells out, "You still won't stay down, you bastard." You got Bonnie over there mumbling something, but she looks exhausted. Really, she looks like she's about to power down. Luffy's intrigued by her. Saturn throws a glare towards Luffy. Luffy just doesn't care. I guess he was glaring because he was throwing an attack at Bonnie. But Luffy punched it away. What's in his hand? Luffy's holding on to something in his left hand. But Bonnie's exhausted. She's tired as hell. She's still trying to push herself past her limits though. He's yelling out Bonnie's with Saturn saying she's wheezing, huffing and puffing. Luffy's yelling out, "That's it. You got this, Bonnie." He got it back to the broadcast on an island. Someone saying a day of awakening is coming where all the pressing secrets of the Void Century will be uncovered. That's what that man, damn Vegapunk, announced. That sounds like it might be the end of it, low-key. I think the broadcast might be done this chapter. We know the weapons technology that sank the world's continent is still in use. And it goes flashes to Shirahoshi, to Vivi, and then it goes to Skypiea. They say it's still in use, that power is out there. So it goes to, I can't remember her name from Skypiea, but she's with the little girl from the native village, as well as the guardian snake, and they're going to see, is that Wiper? I can't think that's Wiper in them. They look like they're they might be God's new what's the names, like protectors, which is dope. Vegapunk goes on to say, "Those with rare, unique racial ancestry are relentlessly persecuted and slaughtered today due to some mysterious quirk of history." And it flashes back to Vegapunk talking to Kuma. He says, "Are you a buccaneer? What makes my blood so special anyways?" is what Kuma's wondering. You've got that man Marco sitting there in Whitebeard's home village thinking about when he was talking to that man Whitebeard. He said, "I'm talking about the distant past. Back then there was a kingdom of gods up there." Goes a flashback to King. Someone says, "You're a Lunarian? The world government is offering 100 million berries for any information on them." Oh, that's from when Zoro was boxing him. Look, she's got 3 eyes, is what I can't remember her name in all honesty. Charlotte? I think her name is Charlotte. But Big Mom's daughter that's captured right now. She's just thinking back to what people have always talked about her with her rare race. Someone's yelling out, Nika! And then somebody's astonished, I'm guessing. Yells out, you're mine. That man Saturn yells, you are but a parrot mimicking what you do not comprehend. Luffy yells out, enough. Fuck all that. Hits him with a Gatling kick. Like, he's not even yelling out attacks. He's just hitting him with attacks, which is smooth. I like. Luffy's dying laughing. Bonnie's crying, getting hyped up. Remembers the flashback of Saturn talking. Oh yeah, that's why she's so intense. I didn't even think about that at all. So Bonnie's so intense because she's remembering the Kuma flashback. You can either live as a slave or die, is what Saturn had told that man Kuma back when he was a kid. Nothing else can be tolerated for someone of your ilk. What is the tides of time? That is what the time... Blah! I apologize. That is what the tides of time have decided, is what that man yells out. He's still trying to hit that... I don't know if he's even hitting that stare attack. I think he's just glaring at people. He's just showing how mad he's getting. Because Oda's showing his face more and more, like, furled up. Bonnie yells out, how dare you... ... All those things you did to Daddy. What you did to Mommy. You got damn Kizaru with the dots thinking. You've got damn... Okay, my bad. I tried to turn my thing on vibrate. Sentamaru sitting there. Your mother ended up being part of my drug experience, what Saturn was bragging about when he was gonna kill Bonnie before. She yells out, how dare you call yourself a god. Bonnie remembers when she was a baby, faintly her mother talking about Bonnie, say hi to mommy. Bonnie yells out, real gods do exist. You've got the flashback of her dancing with her dad. I wanted to be a hero, someone who could save people. In real life, you got her yelling out real heroes too. It looks at Kuma, who's... I'm pretty sure he's just shut down at this point, bro. I don't think there's anything really left in Kuma's body. She's crying and yelling out, all I ever wanted was for the three of us to live in peace. Being alone for so long made me want to die, but I kept going. I owe everything to those two. And it's a flashback to, I guess, what she wishes could have been. And it's Kuma with her mother saying, thank you, Bonnie. We're so glad you were born. She's thinking they've blessed me in so many ways. Oh, damn. I kind of want to cry. Oh, damn. Her and Luffy are yelling out, liberating. He's yelling out, you insects. Oh, so they're yelling out, liberating. They're charging up their attack. And this is about to be a big one. I can tell this is going to be good. You've got Bonnie coming into the next panel with the stretch out. You feel me? You've got Luffy and her both charging up an attack. Luffy's fist isn't even like gear third, like big. It's just like Bonnie, when she's using it, she has to use gear third punches. So her fist looks loony toony. Luffy just looks like he's throwing hands, bro. I love the control of his haki. How it's gone from like all the way up his arms. So when he's in gear fifth, it's just like he's putting on gloves. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so fine tuned. I'm loving to see the control and the like the pop. Like this is the levels that man Luffy has gotten to from the beginning of everything. Flashes to Iceberg and them. You still got Vegapunk talking. There will be a reckoning on the day those answers come. You must be on guard to protect yourselves. You've got damn Caesar and what's his name? Vinsmoke arguing with each other still. Vegapunk saying, no matter what happens, I have faith in humanity's capacity for wisdom. I have faith in science, is what that man Vegapunk is saying. Dash Gur died 25 years ago, and it's been 2 years since Whitebeard's death. 25 years ago? Who the fuck died 25 years ago? A new age is heralded by the passing of old legends. And then it gets to... So there was liberating Nika punch is what she and Luffy are throwing. She's throwing a single punch. But you got this man Luffy with a crazy volley hitting that man Saturn, bruh. That is wild. Yeah, Luffy's gotten places, bro. He is strong as hell now. So Luffy is breaking off pieces of his legs? Hold on, bro. So I guess Luffy's finally using his haki properly because he's punching Saturn and literally blowing limbs off. Well, I don't know if he's using it properly because he was fucking him up before. But he's blowing limbs off of this man right now. That man looks like Swiss cheese! That man Vegapunk says today there are certain individuals who can't be oppressed. Saturn's getting blown into the sea right now, bro. He's literally like, his body, his little Hagoromo scarf, and like maybe a leg or two. Like, is all he's left. Everything else is broken apart and flying everywhere. You got the Giants celebrating, yelling out, yeah! You got Bonnie crying because she's excited. She's got her revenge for her father. Luffy's yelling out, "Dah! We really sent him flying, Bonnie." Oh, Kuma's not dead because he's smiling! I don't even know if that's Kuma or if that's Luffy saying good job, but that man Kuma's smiling, bruh. You've got the Giants now. Look, that's your ship, isn't it? And you've got the Sunny flying off the edge of the clouds towards the Giants right now. You got Usopp yelling out, "We're gonna die. We're gonna fall and die. Someone save us." You've got Chopper holding on to Jinbei's hair. Is Zoro still up there fighting? Because he's holding on to his fucking sword. So I think Zoro might still be up top, bro. No, he's not. I see the grass of the Sunny under his feet. I see the grass of the Sunny. But Vegapunk says such individuals are probably the closest to the truth. This is a coincidence, or did Roger set all this in motion? Oh, Roger died 25 years ago. Okay, bet. Roger's flashback again. My treasure is yours to find. Everything is right there where I left it. You got Rayleigh trying to get woken up. Shaki saying, Ray-san, you'll catch a code. Alright, Vegapunk. I like where this is going, is where these powers are saying now. Vegapunk says, unfortunately, there's no guarantee that it will be found by someone Joy Boy would want. And then it flashes. It flashes to Hachinosu. Isn't there Commodore back yet? I can't wait much longer, is what someone's saying. I guess everybody's itching now because, man, Vegapunk's made the announcement. It's Emperor Blackbeard's lair, Pirate Island, Hachinosu. Then you got Emperor Redhair Shanks' ship, the Red Force. Boss, you're drinking too much. He says, shut up, I ain't drinking. Why is he... What's up with him right now? Is it because he fucked up kid or something? Like, why is he drinking so much? Or maybe because he's talking about Roger? I don't know. Then you got everybody yelling out, Chairman Buggy, there's no doubt in your greatness now. You got Buggy saying, huh? You always exceed our expectations. It's like, huh? Goes to Emperor Buggy's base, Empty Bluffs Island. You got... you got Crocodile and Mihawk looking like absolutely disgusted right now with themselves, bruh. Just dots and scowls on their faces. You got the little shaded eyes on Crocodile like Luffy and them when Lucci was talking about teaming up. Someone said, there's so much more to our dream than I thought, is what they're telling Buggy. Flash to Navy headquarters. There's no way we'll just stand by. Let's go and find it first. Who will protect the common folk then, you dolts? There's no stopping this now, is what Vegapunk says. So now the Marines are wanting to get into the mix? The fate of this world will be decided by whoever finds it. It all depends on who finds the One Piece. And you've got a massive panel. Oh, first off, there's a break this week. Oh, damn. Oh, wait, was that last week? I guess there was a break last week because I didn't record it all. But either way, it flashes to a massive panel of, I guess, all the contending factions for the One Piece. So obviously you got the four Yonko. You've got Shanks, Blackbeard, Buggy, and you got the King Luffy. You know? Then it flashes to other factions that are also into it. You've got Akainu, Dragon, some motherfucker with a sword, Emu, Kobe, Aokiji. Hold on, wait, is Emu and Figureland not aligned in the same group? But you got Figureland and then you got Sabo. So maybe some of these factions may be together, maybe some of them may be apart, but right now I guess these are the leading contenders of their individual factions. We've got the four Yonko factions, you've got the Revolutionaries, I guess the old Revolutionaries and the new Revolutionaries. You've got Dragon and Sabo. You've got Aokiji and you've got Akainu. You've got, what, two different oppositions of Marine Thoughts and Justice, but Aokiji's probably in it for himself right now. He probably just found the truth for himself. Kobe, I'm gonna guess he's a new sword man. Figurlin is the top of the Saint. What are them guys called, bro? What are they, 12 damn Holy Knights or something like that? Yeah, that's a lot. I've not even been paying attention to this game at all. That's the funniest part. So much has happened in this chapter, I could care less. So let's go to the top. As usual, we'll take it from the top and talk about it. Check it out. So, it opens up with the Giants being mad impressive, I feel, at least. You've got, what, maybe half a dozen or so Giants are blocking these tentacles from that man Saturn, you know. Saturn's impressive, I think, only because of his poison aspect. I think outside of his poison, he's not that impressive. I think that's the thing with all of the Gorosei. I think they all have some kind of specific type of gimmick that makes them mad impressive, but outside of that, you know, in the regeneration, obviously, they don't matter. I'm gonna get back to the regeneration at the end of the chapter because we gotta talk about that. I think I got dusted. The chapter was mainly just them charging up attacks, just defense, and then one last attack to get them out the way. Vegapunk is finishing up everything. Got a little bit more reaction piece. The emphasis on these special races is getting mad interesting. And I'm really starting to enjoy it. Like, I think that a lot more characters than we understand are gonna start being like, you know, not necessarily full-blooded Lunarians or full-blooded Buccaneers or full-blooded whatever the hell, you know, these races are gonna be. But I think it's gonna start coming out that more people that we see have these traits or descendants of these people, and it's gonna be more important for them to start showing off and like displaying these traits that they have. I'm liking seeing Luffy hitting a lot more moves and not announcing them necessarily. I think that's a sign of him. I don't know if it's necessarily maturing, but it's definitely a sign of him doing more. I think this man Luffy grabbed one of the action lines. Hold on. Or it might just be just the way they drew the hand. It might not necessarily be him grabbing it, but it looks like Luffy was holding something that whole time, but I don't think he was at the end of the day. You've got all the Giants are really just there watching Luffy and Bonnie show out. I really think she pushed herself past her limits, and I think she might pass out after this. Because Bonnie was doing a lot more than just one attack right now. You know what I mean? Like, she was throwing hits, she was sitting there. At one point, it seemed like she started to power down, but then she fixed it, and she went back to normal. But I think that might have been maybe more her willpower and her mind, like, wavering, rather than like her being exhausted. But Luffy's attack was crazy. Like, he was absolutely drumming. Like, I don't know why. That man Luffy has gotten so good with Gear 5th. It's been like no time at all. Wasn't it been like what, a week? A week, and he just got the transformation before. His crew hasn't seen it, so that means he hasn't been training or using it. So this man is literally just innately this smooth with it. He's innately remembering, or maybe he's drawing on the wisdom of the fruit at the same time, but he's innately or possibly using that, getting the control of his hockey like so fine-tuned. Like, I think it's going to get to the point where Luffy's fist might not be black. It might just be like the ends of his knuckles when he's throwing a punch, just because, you know what I mean? It seems like he's getting less and less hockey, or visible black hockey at least, on his hands. It went from all the way up his arms. You know, Gear 4th is all the way to his chest with hockey. Gear 5th is no hockey on his body at all. But he can throw a hit and add some extra little oomph to the top of it. You've got, I think the silhouettes are really just to help you visualize the attacks, but you got this nice silhouettes around Luffy's hands. You've got 6. Well, that's 12 at least. 12 punches. 6 of them already connected. So Luffy's doing this multiplication thing. It's smooth, man. They're putting in work. I'm really loving the performance really I'm seeing out of these two. I think Bonnie is definitely gonna stick with the crew after this. Like the only other thing I can see her doing would be what, staying on Elbath until her father's fixed by Lilith. But I don't know. I think we're gonna see something nice. I hope some of the Giants grab some of them Seraphim, because I do not want just the Marines that had every single Seraphim. That's gonna get on my nerves. I know that's gonna mean, oh, Bonnie's gonna have to obviously, come into play and go into certain battlefields and command the Seraphim and get them and take them and maneuver them. Like, yeah, yada yada. But it's just a lot. If that man is that. Why does this look like Kid? That's a funny looking, that's a funny looking one. That's hilarious. Man, that threw me off too. But if Bonnie has to go to different battlefields, it's gonna be interesting, because she's gonna get the Kuma Seraphim. No matter who has it currently, we know Bonnie's gonna end up with that Kuma Seraphim at the end of the day. And I really believe she is going to get him to put Kuma's memories from herself, if they're not still on Egghead somehow, some way, after all this destruction. If it's still not on Egghead, then I believe that she's going to get him to take the memories from herself. And that's going to be the new Kuma at the end of the day. I think that's going to be Bonnie's happy ending, which I believe that both of them deserve. Because, you know what I'm saying? Kuma had no type of childhood. He was a child slave from jump type beat. And he just had a bad life, bruh. Both his parents died in terrible ways. He was hunted down until he lucked out and got a fruit that allowed him to free himself from his situation. Like, there's so much that goes on in that man's life that he really deserves like a reincarnation, a second chance. So I would love to see Kuma's memories go to his little Seraphim. I think the fates of all the Seraphim is going to be pretty interesting, because you've got Seraphim like Mihawk Seraphim or Bola Seraphim, which I'm pretty sure they're going to go to, the people that they're based on. Like, Mihawk's going to have his little mini Mihawk protege. Not even mini, that motherfucker bigger than Mihawk, but Mihawk's going to have his giant little protege, and then Bola's going to have her and Luffy's first kid, essentially. Like, that's what it's going to be. Luffy's two biggest fans. That's all they're going to be. I don't see Moria's. I think Moria would die and his Seraphim would live, if not the other way around. Like, his Seraphim die and Moria live, and Seraphim one of them use the other's body. Like, I could see that happening. Dofi's. There's no way there can be a Dofi and a Dofi Seraphim. They're gonna fight each other, if anything. If somebody doesn't take one of them out specifically, they're gonna have a fight to the death. Jinbei's, he's going to the Fishman Pirates. We know where Little Man's going. God, there's so many, bro. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen now going forward. You've got the Straw Hats are now together. It's almost together. Technically, anything can happen. The Straw Hats are still falling. The ship is still falling, and then you've got everybody else that's already on the giant ship. So yeah, something could technically, in theory, happen, but the likelihood of that happening, I feel, is very unlikely. So I think that the Straw Hats are about to get away. Like, everybody knew, you know what I'm saying? We knew it was going to happen. We were just wondering what this big, what's going to shock the world? I don't know if I said it or other people said it, but I know it was said before that it was going to be like some kind of big announcement. People thought a big death was going to happen. We got the big death. Like, there was a lot that happened during this arc that I'm very pleased about, and I'm very excited to see what's going to happen going forward. Shanks is drunk as fuck. We don't know why Shanks is drinking so heavy. I would assume it's because they were talking about Roger and about the truth of the world, and he's stressing about it. Luffy's happy and hyped. Probably not a clue in the world about what's going on. Blackbeard's excited and looking devious as usual. You got Buggy crying because they keep putting more responsibility on him. He knows Mihawk and fucking Crocodile are gonna make him pay for it in the back room. Kaido's pissed. He wants to know the truth. You got Marines wanting to know the truth. It's going to be a madhouse. Now the most interesting thing right now, say towards the end of this chapter, would be the two silhouettes. Obviously, we still know what Emu looks like, but the silhouette of somebody holding that sword. It's not Saint Figurlin, and it's not Shanks, because it shows Figurlin's face and it shows Shanks. So who is this person holding a sword with the left hand specifically? You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see what Oda keeps developing, because he keeps adding more things in. He's like, oh, you know, here's a chapter, it's nice, it's fire. Here's a little bit more. Here's a little mystery. Here's a little silhouette. You know what I mean? And outside of that, the only other thing I could think of is what is gonna happen to Saturn, bro. Because he's Swiss. He's Swiss cheese. Like he's cooked. He's done. I would assume, because he would have to get to the ground to heal, right? But he's in the middle of the ocean. So unless like Mars or someone can save him, or like Jupiter comes and like inhales him, I don't see Saturn being good. Unless this is a big reveal next chapter that these forms that they're in are not their physical bodies. Like these forms that they're in are like shadow silhouettes, kind of like in in Power Rangers Jungle Fury. I don't know if anyone ever watched it. I was a Power Rangers fan as a kid. But in Power Rangers Jungle Fury, there was a point where they took the masters of the Rangers and like their new masters, like Bat and Elephant and Shark, and they chained them up, these beast enemies they had, chained them up and made them use their like spirit powers to create like a spirit ranger form. So I think this could be something like that, where this isn't like a physical form that they have. Maybe they're on a ship at the back of the pack type beat, and they're like summoning themselves, like summoning this form there, and they're puppeteering it, and then once it's gone, it's gone. But I don't know. It's interesting. I just want them to be more powerful. I feel like they're mad underwhelming. Like, yeah, they were impressive for people like Chopper and Usopp, but in terms of like Sanji, Zoro, Luffy, I feel like Lucci could box on them at this point. Really, like I feel like they're at that tier of like Zoro, Sanji, Lucci. They're not at the tier of like Shanks, Luffy, Blackbeard, which is where I would feel that they need to be, because you're the leader of the world. How have you been keeping everybody under heel? And this is all you've got. It's just 5 of y'all guys. This is the best you got to offer. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's their army. Maybe it's those 12 guards they have paired with their power, as well as what Emu has, as well as Uranus, as well as like, you know, maybe it's just a conglomerate effort that makes them a problem. And now they have the Marines to help keep people under heel. So maybe it's like with the Marines to weed out and keep people at a power level that's not relatively up there with them. If somebody shoots up, they shoot up. And that's why you got a bunch of upstarts. They call this the worst generation for a reason. And it's not even like necessarily the people from that generation are the problem. It's just that this is a generation of people that are like next tier in power. And it's not just these upstarts like Luffy and Zoro, and Sanji wasn't even counted in the worst generation, which I always thought was crazy. But Sanji wasn't counted, but he is. You know what I mean? You've got Blackbeard. You've got created people. You've got these artificial beings, a seraphim that ain't a year old probably, and these guys are top tiers. Like they're stronger than 80% of the verse type beat. Like, it's crazy to see this much power being like created and like replicated and then just easily produced. Like, they could have mass produced the Seraphim probably. I would assume they could mass produce the Seraphim, but they probably didn't in terms of like balancing. Like, yeah, it's cool to have one, but it'd be bad to have two, because what they start plotting, or what if, you know, the what ifs start flowing. You have to have just one just in case of those, because the Kuma variants are way different. If they had Kuma's actual fruit, it'd be different. But yeah, it's gonna be really good to see the outcomes of all these different bags Oda's done hung up in the air for us to see, man. You've got, hopefully, Kuma, something can happen with him, because that was his flashback. Like, why is Kuma having a flashback if he's supposed to be done, if his memories are supposed to be gone, if his mind's supposed to be erased? Why? Like, it's like Kuma is one of the things that's really been making me want to scratch my head this whole chapter, because what is going on with him? I thought he was shut down and done, because he was kind of mindless and droning before when he was doing things for everybody. But now Kuma's sitting there and he's like, he's smiling, he's having a flashback. Did Bonnie activating his memories put them back towards him. Like he's starting to recover them. Did he like pop it so like the air was going out essentially like a balloon? Because remember what he said, if his abilities aren't used, like if he takes out the pain and he doesn't use it as an attack, it'll go back to the owner. So if his memories were taken out and Vegapunk did something with them to keep them like in stasis, would Bonnie activating them and using them slowly put them back in towards himself? But if that's the case, would that mean that Kuma could put his own memories towards his own Seraphim? I don't know, man. I think Kuma's gonna be something that's gonna make everybody happy. I don't think Oda would make Kuma's story sad in the end when the whole story was sad. Usually it's like the other way around. They have a good story and then it's sad or something like that. So I think Kuma's gonna be something really good. I hope Saturn's done. I don't want to see him no more. He gets on my fucking nerves. I think everybody hates Saturn at this point. They're probably gonna be like, oh, the only way to beat them is the sea type beat. So they're probably gonna have to throw all of them into the sea at some point. It's probably not even on a devil fruit thing. It's probably just like actual devils hate the sea. It's probably why they call devil fruits because the sea hates them. It's probably because devil fruits give you powers like those devils of the actual Gorosei. That's probably what they're called, devil fruits. So, oh, that'd be smooth. A devil fruit is a devil fruit because it replicates the abilities of the Gorosei. And there probably used to be more people like the Gorosei, but they're all gone now because they were hunted down or taken out like they're doing to all these other races. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna think on that. I'm gonna chat it up, think on it. I'm gonna come back to y'all. Do one more little spin just for the fucks of it. Alright, y'all. That's gonna be it. Alright, that's gonna be it for the video, y'all. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Remember to like, subscribe, and share the video. Great chapter, in my opinion. I loved it. 10 out of 10. I would read it again. I'm definitely going to read it again because I got some things I gotta really, iron out and talk about. Especially with that devil fruits are called devil fruits because they replicate the abilities of the true devils, the Gorosei, and the people that were like them before they were eradicated. So, because there's no female Gorosei, so I think that's the interesting part about it is like the fact there's no female Gorosei means that maybe there is something about them that means that they're the last of their kind. That's why they're at the top of everybody. That's why they're doing the things that they do. So I'm excited. And if the Gorosei are actual demons, it would explain why some people that may have been like offshoots of their bloodline or like left behind from their bloodline are like so strong, and people who are associated with the Gorosei are called like heavenly demons and stuff like that. So it's gonna be good to see. It's gonna be good to see how everything comes together, and I'm excited for it. So remember, leave your comments, leave your theories, leave your thoughts, any suggestions you have, man. Now holla at y'all. I'll say hydrate, stay healthy. Peace.